What's up everyone, Sean from ARTV. It's time for a review of an EP, technically I think kind of like a compilation type thing, a follow-up to last year's album Emotion by Canadian pop star Rae Jepsen. This is called Emotion Side B. She had worked with her label, kind of fighting them to get more songs out there to her fans. She recorded over 40 songs. She kind of narrowed it down to those 40 and really wanted those to be out in the world at some point, but we only got 17, 12 on the standard edition, 17 on the deluxe, and pretty much all of them were absolute bangers. I loved Emotion. I was another one of the critics just adding that to the list of favorites for the year. So many people praised that record, and for good reason. It is synth pop fire, and Emotion Side B does not disappoint. In fact, I feel like some of the songs here are better than some of the ones that were on the regular standard edition, and I would trade some of them out easily. Emotion has been one of those albums that I've come back to time and time again, whether it be a handful of tracks or just an entire listen. It's a great album to drive to at night. It's fun to throw on with friends. It's one that's good for pretty much any setting. It will lift your mood. And Side B has another nice little collection of tracks. It's only 8 songs. I wish we had gotten more because all of these sound fantastic. There's not a song on this thing that I don't like. I was such a pessimist whenever it came to Rae Jepsen and her music, especially whenever you guys were really telling me to check out this record last year. I did end up reviewing that, but I didn't care for the single I Really Like You at first. But that all changed once I heard it in the context of the record and just the mesmerizing album itself. And now, obviously, I was excited to check out Side B to this, and listening through even the first time, I was like, how could you pass on these songs? It's so easy to see why they connect and why Rae would want them out there. Greg Kurstin once again did a lot of the producing, mastering, some of the writing as well. I think the only track that Rae didn't have a hand in writing was Higher, which was released kind of as like a single preceding this Side B, kind of to promote it. And I really do enjoy that track, but I feel like there's so many more standouts here that have to get praised, and I hope that people don't just hear that song and think maybe, well, you know, that's the whole vibe of the record. I really feel like Rae does a great job just kind of playing the love victim, and not in a bad way. Some people play the victim and it just sounds like utter shit. Here with Rae Jepsen, she kind of plays this individual that is always on the wrong side of love. And it's really interesting to see how it plays out. With Taylor Swift and others who do that sometimes, it does get old. But with Rae, you can't help but feel bad for her. Like, you know, you're either in the friend zone or maybe you're friend zoning someone, like on the track The One. She's saying, I don't want to be the one, you know, you can hold me close, and it's got these knocking synths and this great bass line on it, a fantastic smooth jam that just goes down like a glass of lemonade on a hot summer day. It's one of those tracks that definitely sees her on the other side, but then you've got moments like First Time, talking about a heartbreak, or Fever, wanting to be with someone so passionately, and obviously Body Language, just one talking about things heating up. And it's nice to see all these different sides. You know, you've got the moment of the relationship, you've got wanting to get away from this person, and you've got wanting to get closer to someone. And all throughout this record, we see all sides catered to. It's pure 80s synth pop nostalgia right off the bat. We see First Time, a fantastic track that just has a great little intro on it. I like how it builds up and then has these flaring synths just roaring to life, especially during the chorus of this track. Jepsen's voice sounds fantastic here. And another one that I cannot pass over talking about, just kind of on the other side of things, on the other side of the fence in terms of emotions. Yes, it's a very catchy tune, but Cry is the name of the track, and she's begging for this guy to just give her some sort of emotion. And I like how all of these tracks obviously are kind of tying into the theme of the record. I get why it was called Emotion in the first place, because they're all deeply rooted in relationships, or talking about one side or the other, like I was already mentioning earlier. And the track Cry is just desperately wanting someone to open up. And I love the chorus of this track. It's just so catchy. It reminds me of someone like Madonna or another pop artist would have done during the 80s. And whenever you can get a callback like that that doesn't just feel rehashed, then I'm absolutely on board. The single Higher definitely grew on me with repeated listens. The more I let it settle in, the more I started to like it. And I feel like Body Language kind of weighed the same way on my mind. It's one of those tracks that I didn't care for all of the lyrical content on it. It maybe is a little bit predictable, but I noticed that the musicianship really started to outweigh that, with the quality of that kind of started to outweigh the problems that I had with the track in that regard. Really the only song on this record that I don't dig as much as the others, I still think it's a pretty solid tune, is Store. It's a little bit repetitive. It was actually a reworked version of a melody that she came up with for a quit smoking ad, apparently in Japan back in 2011. I'm just going to the store, I'm just going to the store. I get what this song is trying to say. It's like, I don't like goodbyes, let's just not make this harder than it has to be. We're just going our separate ways. I'm just going to the store, I'll be right back. You know, let's trick our minds into thinking that. I understand the message behind the song, but that still doesn't really help me appreciate it anymore. Roses closes out this record in fantastic fashion. The stakes are high, the emotions are higher, everything is just culminating what's been brewing this entire EP, and I love how Jepsen just really wears her heart on her sleeve on this track in particular. Really one of the best songs here, and honestly, this EP is just fantastic. Synth pop gold, loving nearly every single song, and I had to give you guys a recommendation. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on some of these reviews. I am still working on getting some of them out. Obviously, this is one that I was very excited to talk about, so do yourself a favor. Please go check out either Emotion or Emotion Side B if you never heard Emotion. In fact, maybe listen to both of them. I initially gave Emotion a 4, I upgraded that to a 4.5, and I'm going with a 4.5 once again for Emotion Side B. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Side B. Don't forget to check out my original review of the original Emotion. You can find that linked in the description or the annotation floating right below me, or you can see a recent review that I did right here on this channel. Thanks for watching, smashing the like button, and subscribing to the channel, because friends don't let friends go unsubscribed. All of my social media can be found linked in the description. If you would like to help the videos keep coming, you can support on Patreon. That's the top link. Other than that, I will see you guys very soon right here on ARTV.